Now, what you must understand about human beings, and I believe it's a survival mechanism, it's built in us, whether we like it or not, okay? Human beings are very selfishly motivated, all right? Even if, you think of an example like you lose a loved one dies, passes away, you may think, oh, I don't want that to happen because I don't want them to die, all right? Now, obviously, that is part of it. Yeah, you don't want that person to die, you don't want that person to feel pain, you don't want to, witness that person going through, a traumatic or horrific event, okay? Obviously, part of your mind is focused on them as well, but if you think more deeply and more intrinsically than that, you don't want to lose that person because you don't want to have to go through the grief of not having that person there anymore. That's the hardest part. If you didn't feel any grief at all, like let's just think in a hypothetical world, you lost a family member and you didn't feel any grief, you didn't feel any sadness, there was no emotion attached to that situation at all, it wouldn't hit you as hard and it wouldn't be such a negative, compared to if you did feel the grief. Do you understand what I'm saying? So even in situations like that, we're all selfishly motivated, and it's not a bad thing. It's a survival mechanism. It's done on purpose to keep us alive, to keep us in the most comfortable and optimal state possible. So if you understand that this is how human beings operate, we are all selfishly motivated. Whether me recording these videos, part of me is like, I like to help people. I love seeing you guys. I've had guys come in my comment sections and say, you've literally saved my life. I would have killed myself if you didn't say what you just said, on a live stream, for example. I've had guys say that, and obviously that's nice and that's great. But even my YouTube channel, of course, is selfishly motivated. And again, when I say selfish, don't take that in a negative way. Don't take it as if I don't care about other people. That's not what I mean by it. It's just we are all self-orientated as human beings, and we do that on purpose to keep us alive, right? And I think we need to do that. If we're not focusing on ourselves, we can't be the best version of ourselves for other people anyway. So once we've got that clarified, we understand human beings are very selfishly motivated. Cool. How can we then manipulate that and use it to our advantage? How can we capitalize on that well-known fact? So a lot of people, again, because we are all selfishly motivated, we walk through the world and we're focusing on ourselves. We do this in conversations, we'll be talking in a group setting, and we'll be focusing on ourselves. What are we feeling? I feel awkward. Where should I put my hands? Should I put them in my pocket? Should I hold them out? Should I cross my arms? What should I do? We're always focusing on ourselves. What I said just there, was that awkward? Did people laugh at that? Always focusing internally. When you remove that focus and you put it externally to other people, and you put yourself in their shoes, you can then manipulate them in a sense, in a positive way. When I say manipulate, I don't mean... Now, obviously, you could use this for negative reasons. Yeah, you could do this. But why would you do that anyway? You're not going to get a positive outcome from portraying negative energy to the world. So there's no point using this tactic. And again, I want to give this disclaimer because people might, I could use this to scam people, or I could use this to manipulate people. There is no point, because there is no positive outcome. If you are putting out negativity to the world, you're going to get a negative outcome back sooner or later. So there's no point using this in a negative way. Just keep that in mind, all right? Now, when I say manipulate, I mean it in a positive way. Everyone's getting what they want. It's a win-win situation. I'm going to give you some examples in a minute. But let's say I'm taking a girl out on a date, okay? I want to take this girl out on a date. That's my selfish reason. That's what I want from the situation. That is my motivation. I want to take this girl on a date with me. I want to be in this girl's company. I want her to be mine. That's my reason. That's my internal reason for it. What does she want out of this? This is what a lot of guys don't understand. And you can apply this to any situation: business, women, meeting friends, getting people to do what you want in terms of like buying my coaching course, right? If I think about it in an internal way, so we use the coaching. I want you to buy my coaching session because I want money and I want to practice my coaching skills, and I want that gratification of like, yeah, I'm a good coach. That's my reasons for it, obviously, right? If I only focused on my reasons, I wouldn't be able to make any sales. It's by focusing and putting yourself in someone else's shoes, seeing the world through their perspective. That is how you can then manipulate them in a sense. And again, manipulate is, I'm using it in a positive way here. That is how you can kind of get them to do what it is that you want, but at the same time, simultaneously giving them something that they want. So it's a win-win. It's not negative. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not a negative use of this tactic, human psychology. It's actually a positive because we're both winning. For example, I'm taking a girl out. I want to be seen with her. She's a beautiful girl. I want her in my life. I want her to be mine. What does she want? Put myself in her shoes. What does she want? She wants some attention. Maybe she's a bit lonely. I don't know, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? You have to just sit there and just think for a minute. What does this person want? What value can I give to this person? Because that's what it is. It's a value exchange, okay? You can't just expect people to give you what you want without giving anything back. And it doesn't have to be anything tremendous, okay? But that is why you buy my coaching courses, because you know for a fact that by you giving me money, that's what I want, I'm giving you what you want, a solution to your problem, a way over that obstacle, an outside perspective on your situation that you wouldn't have considered before because you're so emotionally attached to that, objective. Do you understand? This is what you're getting by investing in my coaching. So it's a win-win. It's a value exchange. That's what you must understand. Okay, and that's my second point, is value. What value are you giving out to the world? Because if I was to take this girl on a date, I want to be seen with her, I want her to be mine. Cool. What value can I give to her life? What does she want from this situation? That's how you have to see it. Because so many people, and again, it's a survival mechanism. It's not even your fault. It's just built in. So many people are so self-orientated and so selfish in every single metric of life. And it's not necessarily a negative, because again, you have to put yourself first in order to be the best for other people. But it just takes, it's quite beneficial for you if you really do want people. In business, for example, you have to have this mindset of like, right, what does this person want? How can I manipulate this person to buy my product that I'm selling? That is ultimately what you're doing. You're convincing someone to give you money. So in a sense, you are manipulating their behaviors. You're manipulating their action. It's cold today. I can barely even open my mouth. You're manipulating their actions to get the outcome that you desire. So with any metric in life, you are constantly manipulating people in a sense, right? Now, obviously, you can choose whether to do it in a positive way or a negative way, whatever. Even when you're making friends, something as simple as making friends, you are manipulating these people to spend time with you. If you think about it on a deep, deep level, that's exactly what you're doing, because you are giving them something that where they think, right, I like being around this person, whether it's your positive energy, whether it's you're funny, whether it's you just enjoy each other's company, you make each other laugh, you're there for each other, whatever it is, you're giving something to them and they're giving something to you. It's a value exchange, okay? You're both getting something out of it. Therefore, if you are aware of this human psychology fact, you can then use this in every area of life and just capitalize on it. Business, women, friends, whatever it is. And it sounds like negative, it sounds malicious, it sounds evil when I use the word manipulate, but it is, everything that you do is manipulation in some sense. You're manipulating the universe to give you what it is that you want. You're manipulating other people to spend time with you by giving them something in exchange. Do you understand what I'm saying? No one's going to want to be around you if they're not getting anything from you. And that doesn't have to be like, gifts or money or something stupid, superficial like that. It can be simply, you make them feel good. You are a good friend to them. They're getting something out of this relationship. Does that make sense? It's just interesting to think about. And I always use this example because I remember I put it into action for the first time. And I was working a part-time job at the time, right? And I was an operator at a zip line kind of attraction park. We had zip lines, rock climbing, little roller coaster thing. We had loads of different activities for the customers to play on, whatever, right? And I was the operator there. And we had 2 different rotations on this day. So every single hour, we go from one activity to the other. So we go from the zip line to the rock climbing wall, for example, and that happens every hour. Now, I had one rotation and I was on the zip line rotation, okay? So zip line is quite a physically demanding role, and I don't mind it usually, but on this particular day, I wanted to do the opposite one, which was, I think was what else did we have? We had this like obstacle course, we had leap of faith, a very easy rotation for me to operate. So we had the 2 different ones, and I had a colleague that I was working with who was a good friend of mine actually, and he was on the opposite rotation that I wanted to be on, okay? Now, instead of me just thinking, going up to him and asking him, I want to be on your rotation, can we swap? What is he getting out of that? It's just me, I'm just focusing on myself. Now, instead I put myself in his shoes. What does he want from this day, from this shift? What does he want? Well, I know for a fact, because I heard him talking before, that he wants his break early on. He wants an early break, and he wants to have that break on a shit activity. He wants to take his break on an activity where it's just shit. So he can miss the shit activity, and he can have his break. That's what he wants. So I put myself in his shoes, see the world from his perspective for just a second. And then when I was kind of pitching him this swap, this deal, I went up to him and I said, yo, bro, I know that you want your break on this time, and you want it, to replace a shit activity so you don't have to do the shit activity. Well, my rotation's got this at this time, so if you take my rotation, you can actually miss out this shit activity and you can get your break at your desired time. Cool. So he's thinking, I'm getting so much out of this. I'm getting so much out of this situation. That would be foolish of me to not take his offer. Cool, okay, let's swap. So I get what I want. I get to go on the rotation that I want to go on, and he gets his break thing sorted. So it's a win-win, it's a value exchange. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you can apply this to any situation in your life at all. Okay, if you want to learn more about this topic, because it is quite intriguing and I just brushed over it today, there's a lot more to it, but the bare basics of it, the most simplistic thing you can start focusing on a day-to-day basis, just to implement this habit into your life, to get what you want from people or from life in general, from business. And again, use it in a positive way. Don't be stupid, don't be malicious, don't be evil, because that will come back to you. It absolutely will. Okay. If you want to learn more about this, the coaching's down below. I know you're an intelligent individual. You're watching my videos. You've watched 10 minutes of this. So you're clearly intelligent. You clearly want to learn. You want to better your life. Okay. But you can only do that so much by yourself. You know, you need a network. You need someone else, positive energy. Like I said, an outside perspective. If you get emotionally attached to things, you get used to stuff. You go on autopilot. It's only by having a positive, like-minded individual like myself to view your situation and think, bro, I think you could be doing better here. Maybe if you try this, or you're doing really well at that. You know, it's just having that outside perspective can literally change your life. But not only that, just sharing the positive energy that we'll share on the call can do wonders. Okay, so if there's anything you're struggling with at all, anything you want to learn more on, anything you want to just awaken to, meditation, I was doing it wrong the whole time. Okay, cool. Now I've learned from this. Right, we can crack on and get the job done properly. Anything you're struggling with, coaching's down below in the description. Come and learn from me personally, and come and just get to know me. Come and meet me, right? And just have a chat, and we'll have a laugh. We'll share some stories, some positive energy, and we'll share some value at the same time. And you can get over your situation as a team rather than by yourself, okay? And the team always beats the guy that's, you know, the lone wolf. It just never works. So you need a positive network around you. Coaching's down below in the description. Come and talk to me. I'll see you there. Stay safe. Look after yourself. See you soon, bro. Bow.